8 minutes. Can we start right now? Now, today we're talking about one of the governors of the Gold Coast, and this is his photograph. William Edward Maxwell, W-E-M, WEM. William Edward Maxwell. My God, I need to tell you about this. Now, William Edward Maxwell became a governor of the Gold Coast, then a British colony, my brother, my sister. He was born on the 5th of August in 1846. William Edward Maxwell was the son of Sir Peter Benson Maxwell. Now, who was Sir Peter Benson Maxwell? In fact, he was a colonial judge and a legal writer. In fact, he was a learned fellow, very brilliant in the litigation business. And he used to carry his son along anywhere he went to adjudicate. His son grew up knowing so many different countries around England and beyond, and was so interested in the legal profession. My brother, my sister, see what happened now? Maxwell followed his father into legal profession. Yes, he followed his father into the legal profession and also served in the courts of the Straits Settlements. And when we talk about the Straits Settlements, what are we talking about? Now, they were a group of British territories located in Southeast Asia, originally established in 1826. In fact, 20 solid years before the birth of William Edward Maxwell. My brother, my sister, he went to all those places and served. Now listen to the interesting thing. In 1883, Maxwell was appointed the Commissioner of Land Titles in the Straits Settlements that I explained to you earlier, to be a member of the executive and legislative councils of those settlements. Now listen. In 1889, my brother, my sister, only 6 years after, he was appointed the resident of Selangor. What does it mean to say Selangor? Selangor was also known by its Arabic honorific Darul Ihsan. Darul Ihsan, the abode of sincerity. That's what it means in Arabic. Darul Ihsan. Darul Ihsan. My brother, my sister. And what was that? He became the resident of Selangor. Selangor, my brother, my sister, is one of the 13 states of Malaysia. And you know, Malaysia is the country that has more Muslims than any other country in the world. Are you aware? Darul Ihsan, aka Selangor, he became the resident there. And then he became the colonial secretary of the Straits Settlements in 1892. And he also became the acting governor from the 30th of August all the way down to the 1st of February in 1894. At that time, my brother, my sister, how old was he? Such a powerful man. He was 48. And see what happened. In 1895, my brother, my sister, Maxwell was promoted to the governorship of the Gold Coast, now called Ghana. Remember, 1895. They sent him all the way to this part of the world today called Ghana, at the time called the Gold Coast. And he became the governor of the area. And that was the year the British declared war on the Ashanti Empire for the 4th Anglo-Ashanti War. The 4th one. You remember Sir Charles McCarthy. You remember Guggisberg and the rest of them. Do you remember William Edward Maxwell? He was one of the most important, my brother, my sister, governors of the Gold Coast. And you are about to see that. Listen. The moment he touched down in the Gold Coast in 1895, war was declared on the Ashanti in the 4th Anglo-Ashanti War, known as the Second Ashanti Expedition in 1895. What was the war all about? Listen, the Ashantis had signed a treaty in 1874, and after some time, the terms were widely considered as absurd and unenforceable by the British. Therefore, they wanted to force the Ashantis to sign another treaty. And the Ashantis said, Debida, yenye, aden. Yenye, mudi sakrete ya na mudi baye. Ena yesin sign so. Mua na mudi baye. Adenti na mudi fufrobi babium. Yenye hushi. And the governor said, what are they saying? So they are saying they are not going to sign anything. They signed the first one. And if you are bringing another one, give them time to study it. Or else they are not signing anything. So, Governor Maxwell, my God, decided to take the Asantis on in what was known as the 4th Anglo-Ashanti War, or better still, the second, oh my God, Ashanti Expedition in 1895. The Asantis refused to sign. And because of that, Governor Maxwell went all the way to Kumasi, the seat of the kingdom, and asked the governor at the time, Prempeh I, to come out. He came out shivering, and you can see a pictorial representation of the act right now. See what happened now? He demanded to have the golden stool. He wanted to see it. The Asante said, he arrested the governor. I beg your pardon, he arrested the king. My brother, my sister. I said he arrested him and took him away, all the way to the Seychelles Island. That was what he did. He arrested Prempeh I after the Asante started a certain kind of agitation. They sat down and watched Maxwell carry Prempeh I all the way into the Seychelles Island. It was then that Yaa Asantewaa said, hey, na saa broni a oba no. You see a friend was saying, Governor anase din. You see, opese oji. Omai no foul. Yempne. Na mo hini a odi no koye no. Muni baby a odi no koye. Mutiti na musrisri. Oba ha bioma na musrisri a. Yemma no. Yebefa tuo. Akokun. Mo mema no. Mo naintim ade ewo ho no. Enim faso bia. Hey. You men of Asante, who are supposed to have what it takes to fight a war, you are useless. We, the women of Asante, shall do what the men were supposed to do, and we shall achieve that. My God, that was what she said. My brother, my sister, he exiled this man called Prempeh I all the way to the Seychelles Island. And listen to what happened, oh. My brother, I said listen attentively. He carried him all the way to the Seychelles. So he decided to accompany the ship. Listen to what he did. Listen, oh. This is very interesting, an interesting part of history. He wanted to follow Prempeh all the way to the Seychelles. In fact, he wanted to be sure that the governor was taken away, because he believed that the governor had the, I beg your pardon, the king had the power, in fact, to vanish. So he will carry him there himself. So he sat in a ship with Prempeh. And Prempeh's mother was also part of the expedition. His father was part of it. So Prempeh's mother and father were part of the expedition, including his brother and uncles and 12 other advisors. So listen to the number of people who went. 12 advisors of the king, Prempeh I, his mother and his father, plus his brother and uncles, they all joined in the expedition. In fact, there's a photograph of that. Producer, see if you can see it. Prempeh I, on arrival in Seychelles, you will see a group photograph. Put that out. Watch this. Now, whilst they were on the ship going, Maxwell had traveled all the way to the northern region of Ghana, the capital being Tamale today. He went there because of slaves and agitations to try and bring peace there. It was over there, some dangerous frafra mosquitoes beat him. Some Dagomba mosquitoes beat him. And whilst he was moving from the northern region back to Kumasi and then to Accra and to Cape Coast to be able to move with Prempeh I, he didn't know he had caught malaria. He started vomiting and feeling sick, but he still had to serve the Queen of England. He carried Prempeh on the ship. My brother, my sister, whilst on the sea, the malaria became very serious. And that was the sickness that the white man feared. He died on the sea on the 14th day of December in 1897 without seeing Christmas that year. Governor William Edward Maxwell, he died at sea whilst Prempeh watched him. He was struggling to die, vomiting. And you know what his advisors told Prempeh? They said, the gods are with us. Asamanfoɔ no, nsamanfoɔ no wɔ ha, ɔma ba ha. Yangunsa ewiao, yangunsa ewiao, yangunsa ewiao. Yeah. The governor died. This is it. Thank you. So you see his mother sitting there, his father sitting there. You see his uncles, his brother, and 12 advisors, aka the viziers. This is Prempeh I, very young and handsome. The governor died on the seas. And Omugunsa. Hey! Omugunsa. Ha! The advisors all came together. And then they did it. When they did it, my brother, my sister, things happened. All the white people on the ship right now were scared. The way the governor had died. Hey, the way the governor had died, they were scared. My brother, my sister, and Omugunsa, they started to dance on the ship. They were dancing, oh. They were dancing. They danced. Ha! When he died, they came to ask Prempeh. The man has died, oh. He said he was going to accompany you so that you will not vanish. Now he's dead. What shall we do? He said, in other words, bury him in the sea. And that was what happened. They buried him in the sea. So this governor doesn't have a grave. Oh. This governor, the only thing that reminds us of him in Ghana today, my brother, my sister, is something that is at the Holy Trinity Cathedral in Accra here, Ghana. At the church there, they have a plug, my brother, my sister, that reads, and I read it to you. To the glory of God, in memory of Sir William Maxwell, governor of the Gold Coast colony, who sacrificed his life to his unselfish devotion to duty. Under his rule and kingdom of Ashanti. Under his rule, the kingdom of Ashanti was brought under British control. In impaired health, he overtook an expedition to the northern territories of the colony to extend peace and protection to slave raided tribes, and contracted fever, of which, to the undying regret of all who knew him, died on the voyage. He was born on the 5th of August 1846, and he died on the 14th of December 1897. Neither count I my life dear unto myself, so that I might finish my course, was what he said, and he was buried at sea. Now see if you can find the plaque at the Holy Trinity and put it up so that students can see. My brother, my sister, he died. Hey! Wewu! Wewu ko! Wewu! 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 This was a governor who said his life was not important to him, but he was in the service of the British, and he died at sea of malaria. At the time, they called it fever. They buried him at sea, whilst the Asantis were enjoying themselves and laughing. My brother, my sister, he went down the drain. Today we remember you. Today we remember you, my brother. Today we remember you. We remember you, pa. We remember you. Uninyaminko. Uninyaminko. Uninyaminko.
Tutu Bovi, Tutu Bovi, Papa Mula Homeo, Mama Mula Homeo, how naima vigne, Banum Banum Po.
In the bedding of knowledge, I ask you, now that you know what to do, be an anio mini oba fe yazunda kagane me zaka yini. Yeah, pa bango bokaya nang fifia enya no kai na wo. Bana ehu be den. Lele ya jima singa be kunne. Lele ya jima singa be ri. It's been the African history class. And today, I have had the privilege to talk about the Asantis and the war and Prempeh and William Edward Maxwell. This was how Omugun and Sano.
Otrediam ponyankrum ponsani o. Hwe, asase ya nsandie. Hwe, eye madawro mane anim hia. Hwe, eye madawro mane ti asase papa so anim ya.